Welcome back to my channel. My name is Shelley-ann Henry. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Subscribe, and hit the notification bell right down there. It's right there somewhere there. Welcome back. As I said, this morning I have with me my father-in-law on my channel. I did a little shorts with him last week, and people seem to be loving what we're talking about, and it is one of the best thing is to get ideas or to get an understanding of how Jamaica is from somebody who has migrated or immigrated to London, to England, and now is back home living for how many years now, Dad?
20 something.
20 something years, almost 30, not true? Yes. And so he can give you a better understanding of Jamaica, because this is going to be my 5th year back, so I'm learning Jamaica all over again. Let me just tell you, we live normal lives here. We are not celebrities. We don't drive around and just spend our days just enjoying Jamaica. Of course we enjoy our home and stuff like that. I work and Dad still work. Dad still work. In fact, Dad have a channel. And what's your channel called, Dad?
Universal Stewardship Concern.
Universal Stewardship Concern. So for those of us Adventists and non-Adventists who know about stewardship, some of us, we only know it's about tithes and offering, right? But this is not the time for that. I'm just letting you know that Dad have his channel so you can follow him. All right? So today, Dad, we're going to continue on what are some of the things that people need to know or do before they come home. However, I got, when we did that video last week, somebody posted that they would want to come home. What their concern is the crime and the healthcare system, right? Those are 2 areas that people find it very, very difficult. When they think about coming home, the first thing come to their mind is crime. I don't think so much the healthcare, because if you have your green card or your citizenship in England, you can kind of fly out and go see the doctor, but you're worried about the crime. So Dad, tell the people, what is Jamaica like? Do they need to be afraid? And what is the system like, being that you've been back like for 20 years?
Right. To think about crime, my first answer to that is crime is everywhere.
That's right.
I got nearer to murder twice in Britain than I have gotten near to murder in Jamaica. As a matter of fact, I haven't had any murder issue around me here. It is quite something to think about. We're not denying the fact that there are not criminals and crime around. Sometimes the problem is how it is being addressed police-wise and so on. But one should not worry so much about the crime. As a matter of fact, when I was in London, I had my house broken into. I am not saying this foolishly, but I've never had my house broken into since I returned to Jamaica. So crime, while it exists, you try and protect yourself. You try and find yourself in the right place as much as you can. You try and avoid those who are determined to be criminals.
Yes, yeah.
You try to avoid things that would
Dad,
lead you into criminal sphere.
okay, Dad, you said something there, and I need to go. You said try to avoid and find yourself in a place. Now, when most people are returning home, one of the first things that they think about is to go and live into a gated community. Is that wise?
Yes.
That's wise.
If you can live in a gated community, it is wise. But again, that has its problems. Sometimes some of what is taking place, it's because people collaborate with those who should be looking after you. So if you can do your own protection, help yourself, it is much better.
And one of the things that what I find is when you return home, it's important that you, as you say, find yourself around good people. And so good people don't necessarily mean your family, because sometimes your family can be the problem, right? So you find maybe people who have returned, like yourself, and where we live here in Manchester, a lot of returnees are. So you find that the community is mostly built of returnees, and so you have people to piggyback off, and they are there for you in case of any emergency. But as you said, that you don't have to worry about the crime. Yes, we don't want to say crime is not happening here in Jamaica. It's happening, yes it is, and it's happening on a big wide scale. But as Dad said, I have come across, just like you, that I've had near death experience in London, and glory be to God, I haven't had it here. So we give God thanks for that. Again, we know that is God's protection, because as people of who believe in God, we know that God protects us wherever we go. And of course, good people sometimes get caught up in these things. So we don't want people to think, oh, it's only bad people, or sometimes. But most of the times when you hear about crime as well in Jamaica, it's always like contracted, not true.
That's
Or
right.
people who you
Yes.
know set you up, kind of, or you do something, and them or your family do something, and then can't catch somebody, so then come for who then can. All right, Dad. Crime is a big topic. There's crime on elderly people. I think the elderly, for those who are elderly, are worried that when they come back, people target them because they think they have the little pension and all of that stuff. That how you survive as a pensioner, right? Living back in Jamaica. What are some of the things that you do that is practical that help to keep you safe?
Right. Now, my return is not, or was not, the average return. I came out, I was linked with the university and so on. So, what we have to bear in mind is Jamaica's got different strata, different levels of society, just like New York, just like London. So, I had something in mind from last week. If you're coming to Jamaica, determine what strata you'd like to link yourself with. Determine where you want to live and know the people in that area, because what you will find in one area you won't find in another area.
Right.
You have some area where they have very active neighborhood watch.
Yes.
Those are the areas you look for.
Yeah.
And when you come, you talk with people. Don't just run. Some people come out and they spend, show off. You're not coming out to show off. You're coming out to live the rest of your days in a good way. Try and get all the information you can get before coming, so that you can find yourself in the right place with the right people.
And guess what? Yes, there are so many YouTubers out there that can guide you. So I can tell you about our area that we live in, and next YouTuber can tell you about their area, okay, that they live in. And one of the thing is, don't gauge your life on how they're living their life, because you might come and decide you want to live a simple life. You might come and decide you want to live a bumptious life where you want to just go all over, spend time in hotels and all of those things. So you have different YouTubers that can guide you, and that is one of the good things, that there's so many returnees. So coming home, you have a community. You can get in touch with those you see on YouTube. You can say, I'm thinking of coming back to live in your area. Where are the safe areas?
Yes.
And then they can guide you in that perspective, right?
So talk with as many people as you can, and then you sift out what is suitable for yourself.
For yourself. All right, Dad. So we don't want this video to be too long, because we don't want the people to get bored and just turn off. So Dad, the next big question is, and we both can tell you that because I have experienced the the healthcare system. What is the healthcare system like in Jamaica? We know said Jamaica no foreign, so we can't expect it to be like England and America. And I guess people come home and expecting that. No, we live in a third world country. Okay, so keep that in mind. So that's what would you say?
And we must convince ourselves we cannot live in two places at the same time.
That's right.
Healthcare. Some people question the healthcare. I am convinced that they practice very good medicine in Jamaica. I have experienced care. My wife experienced care. And by the way, I have seen where a person with such and such a case rush back to England for medical care and die.
Yes.
And the same health care, the medical people took care of similar case and the persons are alive today. Now, I'm not saying it's hard to compare, but it's not they are perfect there and we are imperfect here. Again, what we have to bear in mind, we are developing.
Yes.
Sometimes foolishly and politically, some people begin to tear down the health system and to destroy everything that is here. But we have to bear in mind that we inherited some things colonially,
Yes.
and we are trying to build it and to make it much better. It's going to take a long time. And overall, I find that they practice good medicine here. The thing about it is, you have to pay for what is here. Now, insurance is there. You take good insurance. You're not in the health system like they have in Britain. So you have to bear all of that in mind.
Yes. And as you said that, I've experienced it, and yes, as you say, it's not like it's not going to be like England. And in some places, if you have your money and you have enough money, you can go places like St. Andrew Hospital or Greaves down the road, where you can pay and you get the care that you would like. Again, as you say, we're a third world country, so you have to pay for what you want, but healthcare out here can be good. I had two babies out here, and God be praised, I did not have any complication. I was not, yes, when I had the last one, because I had her at the public hospital, some nurses are not so kind. But you'll find that in England too. There are nurses
Yes,
in England that
exactly.
are not kind. Because my mother was in the hospital and she came across some people, and I've heard so many stories of people who have, because even during the pandemic when I had Josiah died, there were a lot of people that pregnant mothers that were dying in the UK.
Yes.
Yeah, we had a few cases here, yes, but I went in and the doctors, they took very good care of me. They had everything on hand that I needed. Of course, if you're going in the hospital for any surgery or anything like that, you have to get blood, right? I don't know. It's just a way of replenishing the blood bank here in Jamaica. It's not that they don't have blood, but people don't readily give blood in Jamaica. So if you're coming in for a surgery, they use that as an opportunity to replenish the blood bank, which I don't see anything wrong with that, because you will quickly go give some blood for your loved one because you want to save their life. So in that way, when you give blood, then the blood bank gets it, but they already have blood and stuff and standby for you, it's there. But
when I was in England,
yeah,
I had to give blood.
you had to give blood.
And it's the same
It's the
thing.
same thing.
They go around to the universities, colleges, and different places, and they ask people to give blood. They do the same thing here.
Yeah.
Because our storage and what have you might not be as developed
That's right.
as they have there. You
Yes.
see, so you have to be careful what you listen to
Yeah.
and how you assess what you hear in order to make your life comfortable.
Comfortable. So yes, I don't want to keep you long today because we are going out. So we don't have a long time, and I don't want to bore you. I want you to enjoy the videos that we're putting out, and I will be doing more videos with my father-in-law. Also, I'll be trying to do more videos with other returnees so you can hear their prospect on how they're finding Jamaica. But overall, I can say this: Jamaica is not as what you see on the internet. Now,
That's
oftentimes we like to take what we see on the internet as news. Yes, some of it is accurate. Some people are just giving their views and they blow things out of proportion. You get scared of coming to Jamaica. You don't want to come. Listen, I am here living in Jamaica, and I see the white man just walking up and down in Mandeville Market, Dad, and I don't see them with no bodyguard. They just walk about and people know them, then call to them, and then go about their business, and they just blend right in, and they don't look fearful. So we who are Jamaicans, we shouldn't be fearful unless you have to come out and come brag and go and like come with your bling bling and talk how much money you have in at the bank. Then even in England they will lick you down, because everywhere you go now people want money. It's not just in Jamaica.
That is one point we need to notice carefully.
Yeah.
Many foreigners are coming into Jamaica and enjoying Jamaica very much.
Yes.
Jamaicans who have migrated to other country and want to come home, they can return, and if they follow the right path, they can enjoy their life very much here.
Yes. And as Dad said, they are enjoying. Yes, when you go into the town, is the Chinaman who own the shops and the supermarkets are the Indians. So they're coming in and they're not afraid. They're not afraid because, as Dad said at the beginning, crime is everywhere. Everywhere. When I speak to people back in London, they're telling me, oh, this has happened, that has happened. It is happening everywhere. One thing, Dad, because we're living in the last days as well. So as we live in the last days, things are going to get even more and more and more as we go on. So thank you, Dad. I said
It's
thank
a
you
pleasure.
instead of thank you so much. I hope that you guys love and like this video. As I said, I don't want to give you a long video. And if you want to see more videos with me and my father-in-law and even my husband, we can have a 3-1, yes, Dad, where we can hear from his perspective, your perspective, my perspective. And so please drop in the comment what are some of the questions, what are some of the things that are on your heart that you would like us to address as best as we can, because we may not know everything, but we can also research them, hear from others, and then we can answer your questions. So thank you so much for tuning in. And again, I hope we weren't too bright because we're outside and the sun is up and nice. So thank you so much. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to drop a comment down the bottom. I would love to hear from you. Until next time,
Have a blessed day.
have a great and wonderful day. All right.